Hi, and welcome to CTN Sports presentation of the game of the week. Tonight it's the Skyline Eagles taking on the Huron River Rats here at the Eagles Nest, Nick. And what are we looking for in tonight's matchup?
The Skyline Eagles boast a lot of young players, really good shooters coming out there. The Eagles score a lot of points, and that will be obviously in direct contact with the River Rats, who play outstanding defense, who press hard, and are just perennial favorites in the SEC.
So we should see a high-energy matchup tonight. We're going to take a quick break and come back with tip-off right here on CTN Sports. And welcome to the Eagles Nest here on at Skyline men's basketball. I'm Pete Poyer along with Nick Wisniewski. How you doing tonight, Nick?
Outstanding, Pete. Really looking forward to this matchup tonight.
And we are set for opening tip. The ball is in the air, and Huron will come away with the possession. Oh, Huron in their traditional green with white trim uniforms. Skyline in the home whites with the white, blue, and black trim. The Skyline student section bedecked in the tropical flora and fauna are fired up for this game.
On a cold Michigan Friday night, those kids are living the dream, feeling warm. It's tropical in here already.
Oh, the Rats will work their offense. Now down the lane, shot is no good. Rebounded by Black. Now down in the corner, Ammerman from the corner, just a two-pointer. Foot was on the line, so just two for Ammerman. And Skyline draws first blood.
Sophomore Jack Ammerman with the long two on that one. Averaging 16.5 points per game.
And down on the other end of the floor, Devon Munson with the layup for Huron, and we're knotted at two. Well, as usual, we see the press from Huron. Ammerman down the floor with the jumper off the heel, no good. Rebounded by Rogers. He gets it back out to Ammerman. I'll swing it around to DeWolf. His shot is no good. And it'll be picked up by Lawrence Rowley. Rowley gets it to Smith, now back out top to Munson. And the Rats will work it around the perimeter. And that pass intercepted by Brandon Wade, now stolen back by Huron, back down the floor. Looking for the alley-oop. And Rowley will get the layup. Now Skyline trying to break that Huron press.
And here you had that little muddle in the pass there, and then Rowley just a nice, easy tip in, great pass.
A wild pass, spin move by Huron, off the rim, no good. Picked up by Rogers, he gets it up to Ammerman, to DeWolf. And back, quick action, now Black under the hoop. His shot is blocked. And Huron will bring it the other way. Drive by Munson off the glass, no good. Picked up by DeWolf. Now a jumper is good by Brandon Wade. Munson with the drive along the baseline. Have a whistle on the play.
And early on in this game, we got a big substitution here for Huron. We've got Pruitt Allen, Charlie Tso, and Avery Lewis coming into the game. And I wonder if Coach Samaha just wants to have a talk with some of his starters and try to get their minds right as far as what needs to be done here moving forward.
Oh, nice bounce pass, but the shot is no good. Rebounded by Black. And they get it across the timeline. Quickly Rogers out to Ammerman for three, and it's good. And that's a good sign for Skyline early with Ammerman hitting a couple of early shots.
Absolutely, he's one of their big players, sophomore Jack Ammerman. From what Coach Lovelace told me, he's shooting 41% from beyond the arc this season.
Now shot is off the glass, no good. Dan Passmore will draw the foul and head to the line for two shots.
And the pace of this game could so far probably be categorized as harried. Just really back and forth. Not a lot of smoothness to much going on.
Passmore hits the first free throw.
You got Alec Anderson with his second attempt.
Passmore second on the way, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Black. Now Skyline having trouble getting across the timeline. And we have a whistle on the play.
As Pruitt Allen just getting a little too aggressive there. Skyline just taking a little too much time on that press break. They had to get a little aggressive there, and they were fortunate enough to draw some contact on that.
Now Rogers with it, spin move in the lane, and his shot is good.
There you see Rogers with the spin-a-rooney. Spin-a-rooney, then over two River Rats.
Now down the floor for Huron. It was Jack Smith with the shot. His no good, but intercepted by the Rats. Passmore's shot is up and good, and he will draw the foul.
Not to be outdone, Alec Anderson on a great play down there on the block. You see him get that entry pass cutting in. Just a nice up and under. Anderson back at the line.
Yeah, my bad on that call. That is Anderson at the line.
Deservedly being rewarded for that aggressive play on that one.
His free throw rattles out. And Ammerman will bring it up the floor. He'll land it up to Wade. Wade with the jumper, and that's good. Oh, nearly knocked away by Rogers. Avery Lewis down the lane. He draws the foul.
There you see once again Huron being aggressive, going to the rim. Again, if you're going to try to put a block on that, you can't leave your feet, Pete.
Oh, Lewis misses the first.
You got Darian Root back in the game.
And he hits the second one. Oh, Skyline with the 11-8 advantage. 2:50 to play here in the first quarter.
Lawrence Rowley once again in for the River Rats.
Oh, Wade will hand it off to Knox. Back to DeWolf. Wade with it again. Now into the corner for three is Knox. Off the rim, no good. And it'll be River Rat basketball.
Christian Knox, the freshman, on that attempt right there. Once again, Skyline Eagles, very young team, Pete. They've got a couple of seniors on the team, but for the most part, their starters composed of sophomores, a freshman, and a couple of juniors.
In the lane, that's Smith. His shot is no good. Picked off by Rogers. He'll hand it off to Ammerman, and he'll bring it up the floor. Ammerman will drive to the baseline. His shot's no good, but he is called for the travel.
Looks like he just took one too many on that one. There you see him come in, went for the jump stop. Feet shuffled a little bit there towards the end, kind of skidded along the way.
Just a little out of control.
Like a lot of this game thus far.
Now Smith, he'll hand it off to Rowley. Rowley's shot is good. Eagles will run some offense here. Rowley for three. That's off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Anderson. He'll get it to Munson, who's up the floor quickly. Smith from way out top, three, no good. It's knocked away from Rowley out of bounds. And Huron will keep it. A lot of floral prints over there in the student section with the pink glaze, but nobody dressed as a pineapple.
That's okay. Hawaiian shirts never go out of style. That's what I love about them. They're never in style, but they're never out of style.
Quickly down the floor, Skyline, Wade with the drive and the hoop. Skyline holding on to the three-point advantage. 45 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Munson down the lane, his shot's no good. And Rowley's putback also no good. Now picked up by Wade. Wade will stop and pop. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Rowley. Now a three-pointer on the way for Huron. Off the rim, no good. Ball on the floor. Picked up by Rowley. He gets it to Smith. Spin move in the lane. Puts it up. And he will draw the foul.
There you see a nice dish there by Rowley over to Smith. Smith does an excellent job of getting the Skyline defender again up off his feet, off to the charity stripe for him.
First free throw from Smith is on the way, and it is off the mark. Just 17 seconds left here in the first quarter.
This quarter went by in a blink of an eye, it seems like.
And the second from Smith is good. That'll cut the lead, Skyline's lead to 2. And Skyline will run out the rest of the clock, go for a final shot here in this first quarter. Wade with it, shot up, off the mark by Rogers. After one quarter of play, it's Skyline 13 and Huron 11. We're going to take a break and be back with second quarter action right here on CTN Sports.
I want to go running.
But my stumpy arms are best suited for browsing a2gov.org/CTN. For real, check us out at a2gov.org/CTN.
Okay, Bob, we got it.
And we're back. Second quarter on tap here on CTN Sports. Good first quarter of action for the Eagles.
The pace of that first quarter was amazing. Great back and forth. Skyline was shooting pretty well. Coach Mike Lovelace told me about his Eagles team. He preaches that they need to be gritty. That's the thing that they really need to work on. And so far this first quarter, they showed that. They showed some grittiness. They showed some toughness.
Oh, Black will drive it to the lane. His shot is off the mark. No good. Rebounded by Lewis Willis. Now Willis holding it for Huron. Swinging around the horn to Anderson, over to Munson. Munson in the corner. And good Skyline defense, knocked out of bounds. Now the referees are going to confer and change the call.
And here you see kind of that trap there. I believe that the Skyline faithful wanted either a travel or possibly the possibility that his foot was on that outside line as he was falling backwards.
It will stay River Rat basketball. Now Munson loses the handle momentarily, gathers it back in. Gets it to Rowley. His drive is shut off, and now Anderson with it, and he will be called for the travel.
Skyline with some really nice man-to-man defense on that one. Tight D, players getting in the Huron players' faces. No room to go.
Anderson, a little shuffle of the feet before he started to dribble.
Yep.
It was close call. Now Ammerman will have it. Back to Wade. Now Wade drives away from his defender. Gets it to Rogers, who picks it up off the floor and puts it in for the layup. The Eagles extend their lead to 4. Willis will kick it out to Smith for 3, and he will hit the three-pointer, and that will draw the River Rats to within 1.
Smith very fortunate to find that open look with that tough man-to-man defense down there. Huron playing a really nice motion offense currently.
Three-pointer on the way for Wade. Nothing but net. Now down low to Rowley. It's knocked away from him by Rogers. Out of bounds. It'll stay River Rat ball.
I wonder if Rowley even know that Rogers was there. Rowley, oh, yeah, he did. He was right behind him. He sure did. Rogers played that tough, played that behind him, played it exactly right. Rogers really long there.
Now into Rowley one more time in the paint, and we have a whistle. So Rogers is going to pick up another foul here. Rowley called for the travel, no basket. And back the other way we go, Nick.
I think by never putting that ball down, I think that's where the referees were going to call him that. He had a couple of steps in on that inbound pass.
Oh, DeWolf has it, tries to drive the lane, he's shut off, and he's going to draw a foul. Now Rowley picks up the foul.
There's just a little bit of a reach there.
Another foul is called, this time on Jack Smith.
And you may or may not have heard Coach Samaha. You can see him kind of at the bottom there. He's just touting that this is lazy defense.
Oh, Wade will drive and score.
The sophomore showing real poise here so far in this game. It goes no fear going to the rack, no fear taking shots.
Here's a look at Wade.
Cross him over and just go right down baseline.
Oh, Rowley to the line for two. He hits the first.
See Rowley, the junior here, go in strong. So far, the River Rats have done a nice job of getting the Skyline players up off their feet and drawing some contact.
Next one on the way, and he rattles that one home. 4-point advantage for the hometown Eagles. Anderson with aggressive defense. He's going to pick up a foul.
Anderson was just a little late coming to that trap, I think. Got him with the hip there. And again, the whole point is when you're running this type of a man-to-man trap, you've got to get to that ball, you've got to get to that spot early. Otherwise, that's going to happen every time.
DeWolf with a high dribble. They wanted a double dribble call there. Don't get it. His shot is off the rim. It's picked up by Willis. Rowley for three, and it's good. And that Skyline lead is now down to 1. 4:15 to play here in the half. And timeout is called by Skyline.
Huron seemed like they were switching up their press on that one, maybe going from a man to more of a zone deal. I think some of the River Rats were a little confused, and definitely Coach Mike Lovelace of the Eagles wanted to pull back and try to switch the strategy here on this one.
30-second timeout called by Lovelace for the Skyline Eagles. Remember, you can watch all of the CTN Sports in scintillating high definition at youtube.com/CTN on Arbor. And you can also catch CTN Sports on Comcast Channel 19.
Speaking of scintillating, those leis, those Hawaiian shirts, the hats.
I didn't go to college for nothing. Well, the Eagles get the ball inbounded to Ammerman. He will bring it across the timeline. Hand it off to Wade. Wade will go for three. It's in and out, no good. And it's off of Anderson. Skyline will keep possession.
Fortuitous bounce there for the Eagles. They'll inbound under their hoop.
Shot off the glass, no good by Knox. Quickly down the floor, Anderson with the layup. Nice play, nice pass there by Jack Smith going down the floor. And Huron takes the lead for the first time in this game. Now DeWolf quickly for three, and it's through. And just like that, the Eagles are back on top.
And another Eagles sophomore acting way beyond his age. Lots of maturity, no fear taking these shots.
Now down the other end of the floor, Anderson with the shot. He draws the foul. He will shoot two. First one from Anderson is good.
You see Wade once again, lots of poise on that shot. DeWolf, lots of poise on that shot. Just another one of the sophomores down there.
Anderson hits the second, and we're tied at 23. Now Ammerman quickly down the floor. Wade tries to get it into Jeff Knight, just into the game for Skyline. This pass is wild, out of bounds. Here on ball. Now another long three-pointer on the way for Huron. Off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Rowley, and the putback is good.
Great second effort by Rowley on that one. He's just bigger than everybody else down there. He should be pulling down those boards.
Now Ammerman down the floor. He tries to put a wild shot up underneath the basket. He's going to draw the foul.
And it's going to be another foul on Rowley. He's going to be in trouble here.
Mr. Rowley, we're playing basketball, not hockey.
Exactly. I believe
no hip checks allowed. 2:52 to play here in the half. Ammerman's first is off the heel, no good.
And as expected, Rowley does come out. Avery Lewis back in the game.
Next one off the mark as well. Avery Lewis with the rebound. Nice bounce pass to Anderson, and Anderson gets up and puts it home for the River Rats.
Senior captain Darian Root with an outstanding one-handed pass. Just so smooth, sees his guy cutting. Just a beautiful pass, beautiful finish there for the Rats.
With that, Skyline will call another timeout, a full one this time.
Be a good time for the Eagles to kind of catch their breath. Again, Coach Lovelace should tell them, settle down a little bit. I know they've lost the lead. They're still in this. That harried pace, though, I really believe does definitely benefit the River Rats, the more experienced team. They're probably going to want to slow things down a little bit and let their shooters do what they do. There's Coach Lovelace there. Also a teacher at Skyline High School. Teaches algebra and geometry. No, thank you.
I'll pass. I had both of those classes in high school.
Yeah, they were not my favorites. I was not the best. I'm sure Coach Lovelace is an outstanding teacher, though. Maybe I needed him as a teacher instead of who I had. But I believe because of some of that math background, Coach Lovelace is very analytical, very stat-driven, very stat-oriented with his team.
Well, up the floor to Wade. His pass is intercepted. Tried to get it to Knight. And Wade is holding his wrist. He's got a problem. He heads off the floor quickly and sits down. Rogers will come back into the game to spell him. Avery Lewis at the line for Huron. His free throw is off the mark, misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Now Rogers collects that pass, gets it over to DeWolf. Now trying to move it around quickly. Ammerman will drive the baseline. His shot is off the glass, no good. And Lewis will pick it up for Huron, and just like that, Anderson back down the floor. His shot off the front of the rim. And Lewis is going to be called for traveling.
And they said Avery Lewis took an extra step down in there after the Alec Anderson miss. Lewis comes down. Yeah, he definitely moved his feet before he put the ball down there.
Well, Skyline gets it across the line, down to Rogers, out to Ammerman for the open three, and it's in and out, no good. Ammerman had a good look at that one.
Yeah, that's the shot that the Eagles are going to want to take all day long. If they can get Ammerman open in that corner for three, he's going to nail it. You see another take and open look there for the River Rats. The Rats are in the double bonus from here on out.
Root at the line. Hits the first. That'll extend the River Rat lead to 5. 1:42 to play here in the half. And he'll hit the second one as well. And Root's reward for hitting both free throws, you're out of the game, son.
Have a seat. But again, that just speaks to Huron and how they play. They shuffle players an awful lot with their press and their frantic pace of play.
Now Huron quickly back down the floor after that intercept. And another traveling call on Jack Smith this time.
And the referees are definitely cracking down on that. They're setting the tone for the rest of the game. You know, they're not going to let little things like that go. Play fundamental basketball.
And there's an intercept by Munson. Nice play to get in the passing lane. I don't think Ammerman ever saw him. Now Munson will drive it, and it's knocked away from him. Ammerman will pick it up quickly down the floor. DeWolf for 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. A couple of big shots there for Skyline would get him back in this contest. They're down 6, under a minute to play here in the half.
Something tells me just because they missed those last two doesn't mean they're going to stop taking them, though.
And they shouldn't. Oh, ball knocked out of bounds. Nice defensive play there. Skyline will get it.
No, again, the Eagles' shooting percentage, their three-point ability, that's their bread and butter. They're going to keep going to that, especially if they keep getting these open looks the way that they're getting.
Now Rogers has it down low. Spin move again. And he hits the spin move again.
He's got that counterclockwise spin move down.
Now Anderson with it in the corner, back to Munson. 20 seconds to play in the half. Now back out by the timeline. Wade ball hawking, knocked away from him. Munson will pick it back up. And we have a whistle on the floor. Looks like Wade's going to pick up the foul.
Yeah, they're gonna call a hand check on that one. Yep, on the ground. You'll see Munson tries to make a move for it here. And there he's just a little too handsy.
Oh, Devon Munson hits his first free throw.
But what was lost in that play at the end there, Pete, was just some outstanding defense by the Eagles.
Playing 9 seconds to go in the half, too, Nick. Skyline's going to have to come up with a quick shot here after this free throw.
Yeah, they haven't been the most efficient at breaking this press. So a quick transitional bucket is not going to come easy for him.
Well, Ammerman, ball's knocked away from him. Anderson with a long shot from half court is no good. And that's going to do it at halftime. It's Huron 31 and Skyline 25. We'll take a break and be back with second half action right here on CTN Sports.
Do you ever get sick and tired of picking up dog poo?
I get tired of picking up dog poop all the gosh darn time.
Well, then you're in luck with my new Poo Picker Up Me Up.
Oh, gee, willikers.
Would you ever consider buying a car apartment?
No. No.
Hey, Dad, why don't you buy me that new popular toy that's going around these days? Christmas is a-comin'. Santa's dead.
It's kids' guns, it's kids' guns. Don't shoot your eye out.
Oh, geez, I seem to hurt myself real bad, Dad.
Side effects may include internal bleeding.
And then we will take 1 cup of sugar.
For a limited time only.
You can get shrimp and fish inside of another fish.
Hey, sweetie. Why don't you take a look over here?
and watch your favorite local programs all night long on CTN's 4 whole channels. Night owls can enjoy shows such as FYI, Access Ann Arbor, War Talk, and a whole lot more. All after midnight, and part of CTN's extended program hours. For more information, go to a2gov.org/CTN or call us at 734-794-6150. Hope to hear from you soon. This is Angela Arboretum. Stay tuned for late night CTN programming.
And we are back on CTN Sports with second half action. I'm Pete Poyer, along with Nick Wisniewski. And Nick, your first impressions of the first half.
Wow, just wow. Back and forth action, a harried pace, the type of thing you expect from this inner-city rivalry.
Jump shot on the way from Munson, off the mark, rebounded by Black. He'll hand it off to Ammerman, and quickly up the floor. The three-pointer from DeWolf is good. Just what the doctor ordered for the Eagles coming out in the second half, cutting that 5-point lead down to 2.
LJ DeWolf, the sophomore, picking up right where he left off in that first half.
Oh, whistle on the floor. Rowley receiving that pass. Quick bounce pass into Smith. Another whistle on the floor.
Smith trying for a continuation there, no go.
Rogers picking up that foul. 2 quick ones on the Eagles to start the second half. Al Root from downtown, off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Anderson. His putback off the glass and good. A long three-pointer off the mark from Black. Down the floor is Smith, and his shot is good.
Smith, great play in transition there to snag that ball from Ammerman to take coast to coast.
Now Rogers back down the floor. His glasser is good. And back to the first half action as it was back and forth. Now Rogers knocks that out of bounds.
Rogers has really been the one mainstay for the Skyline playing down low. He's been their mainstay, big guy, go-to block player down there.
So the possession will stay for Huron. Rats with a 5-point advantage.
Rogers listed here at 6'3".
A little discussion between the coaching staffs and the referees.
A couple of discussions with the scorers table there. Need to get everything going properly. You see Coach Lovelace. Tell him to keep those arms out, play with your body. Don't reach, be wide. I'll just go ahead and assume that that's what that discussion was about.
Oh, Munson will handle. Pass down low to Rowley. And his glasser is good. Now full court press by the Rats. Black is going to try and break it. Reach in foul. This is on Munson.
You know, on one hand, Pete, Skyline was taking their sweet time trying to break that press. Showed no sense of urgency, no emergency, no rush. But at the end of the day, you know, they almost got it across and drew a foul.
Well, Emmerman will get it down. And DeWolf in the corner for three, and it's good.
LJ DeWolf just feeling it.
LJ DeWolf keeping the Eagles in this game. Eagles down just 4. Smith with a three-pointer of his own, and they respond with one. Inbound pass to Black is mishandled, and I believe that was off the referee.
Yeah, definitely could have been. Again, there's a scrum right in front of our table there. Tough to see exactly where that went. The referees were right on that, though. And here you'll see them discussing what each one of them saw right along that sideline there. You see that inbound? Sure seemed like Munson had last touch on that one, but that one really could have went either way, I think. Either way, we'll get the Huron sideline inbound pass.
Well, Anderson inbounds it. He gets it to Root, and we are back underway. 7-point lead for the Rats. Yeah, Rowley down low, gets his own rebound, puts it back, no good. Now ball is on the floor, picked up by Anderson. Now Munson will settle it down. Tries it behind the backer. It's stripped from him by Rogers. Wade down the floor, and his shot is up and good. A little bit of a press from the Eagles.
Ron Rogers definitely made that play, got Wade that opportunity for that nice lay-in on that last
Smith's
play.
three-pointer's no good. Gathered in by Ammerman. Down the floor to Wade once again, and the Eagles are running. His shot is blocked. Wade on the floor, no call. Root the other way. His wild shot is up, no good. He's going to draw the foul.
So not a whole lot of change in pace in this first 3.5 minutes as we saw in the first half. Back and forth, lots of going to the rack. Good defense, as we'll see here. Alec Anderson played that one perfectly.
Oh, Root hits the front end. Second one on the way, and it's good as well. Oh, full court press from the Rats. Ball inbounded to Ammerman. Ammerman across the timeline. He's tripped. They're going to call a foul. That's going to be on Pruitt Allen.
Foul on the junior there. Definitely just seemed like their ankles got tripped up and tangled up on each other. Hey, he might have called him for a trip. That almost looked intentional. I don't think it was, but
well, Ammerman's shot partially blocked. He's going to draw the foul. First free throw in and out, no good.
And the sophomore Ammerman, one of the leading scorers for this Eagle team. He's had a pretty quiet night thus far this evening, though. Probably only a matter of time before he breaks loose.
Next one is on the way and good. Now Smith on the drive, no basket. Foul before the shot.
I think that might have been Christian Knox on the block there. Yeah, just playing a little too much body. And again, that's what Coach Lovelace was preaching earlier. He needs to get wider. He needs to keep those legs spread. He needs to shuffle those feet.
Oh, down low to Anderson. His shot is off the glass and good. Now Wade back down the floor into the corner for DeWolf. He gets a little space for three, and it's through. Another three-pointer from L.J. DeWolf.
And they're going to just tell him, just keep feeding DeWolf. Just a great shuffle over to his left. Got himself some space. Wide open look and a three there. Just beautiful.
Great rotation on that shot. Now down the floor, picked up by Ammerman. Into the corner for DeWolf. He's going to cross-court it to Wade. Wade will drive the baseline. Gets it back to Ammerman for three, and it's good!
And Ammerman way behind the arc on that one. That was at least a college three-pointer.
And the Eagles are shooting themselves back into this game, down just 2 with 3:01 to play here in the third. Now Smith will hand it to Rowley. And we have another whistle on the floor.
They call a hand check there on Ammerman. And if you're the River Rats, that's how you try to break the momentum of what the Eagles are trying to do here. Draw some fouls, get into your half-court offense, maybe take some time.
Inbounded to Root over to Smith. He'll send it back to Root. Now Smith to Rowley. Rowley will step into the paint.
He definitely moved those feet before he put that ball down.
Yeah, knocked away by Black, but he's going to be called for the foul. Or check it. That's
you see him come there, yep.
Skyline's ball, intercepted by Rowley down the floor. Tried to get it to Rowley, or rather DeWolf once again, and Rowley's shot is good.
Jack Smith on the great follow-up on that one.
Well, Black receives the pass from Ammerman. His shot is off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Rowley. And the Rats trying to run and gun, and it's too far for Lewis Willis, out of bounds. Back goes Eagle way.
Huron's press and their defense did the job there, just couldn't quite make that crisp pass in transition.
Oh, Skyline breaking the press again. Get it up the floor to Wade. Wade tries to split 2 defenders, and there is a whistle, and a foul is called.
And I'm not sure, Pete, but it just seems like this quarter they're calling the fouls a little tighter, a little closer than they did in that first half. You seen any of that?
Now from the corner for 3, off the rim, no good. Ammerman tries to grab it, and it's scooped and saved off of Wade. Now DeWolf has it to Black, and back out top to Wade. Wade will drive the lane. Down he goes, scoop shot and score it, and the foul.
Scoop
Brandon
and score,
Wade
lefty,
with
Brandon
the layup.
Wade. Just a great take once again. You see that sophomore going right for it, attacking the basket up and under with that lefty. Southpaw bucket, and the home team Eagles are only down by a bucket.
Timeout on the floor, and that charges up the Skyline faithful. .142 to play here in the third quarter, Nick. It's just a 2-point advantage for the Rats.
You know, Skyline came out shooting the lights out. Speaking of shooting the lights out, our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter as well, And then once again, go check out youtube.com, CTN Ann Arbor. See not only CTN Sports, but all of the great programming that we have to offer. There you see the Rats inside their huddle. Coach Waleed Samaha in there.
So Wade at the line, looking to complete the three-point play. And he does. That cuts the lead to 1. Now Root will hand it off to Anderson. Over to Willis. Now Root's got it again, back to Willis. Thought for a moment about the three-pointer. Shuffled his feet, he's going to be called for the travel. And Coach Samaha trying to argue his point. Gets nowhere with the referee. It'll be Skyline basketball.
Well, they're clearly not going to overturn the travel call, but you complain a little bit, maybe you get the next one.
Well, Willis did move both of his feet without laying the ball on the floor. Oh, good defense there by the Rats. And Knox gave it up. Now Lewis has it. Tries to spin. It's intercepted by Wade. Wade down the floor. And he scores it and counted in the foul again. And guess what, Nick? Skyline's back on top.
Back-to-back plays by Wade. Excellent takes and draws contact on both of those. He's got a chance to give his team a 2-point lead. And that ignites this Eagle crowd.
Wade trying to convert a consecutive three-point play, and he does. 44 seconds to play here in the third.
Sophomore looks like he has ice in his veins, just nailing both of those three-point plays.
Oh, Root will bring it slowly up the floor. Now Munson momentarily looked like he was going to shoot from way downtown. Thinks the better of it, hands it to Rowley. Now in the corner for three to Anderson, and it's good. Now he's going to call it a two-pointer. Just a two-point shot. So we're tied at 48. Wade has it again over in the corner for three, and it's good. Christian Knox for three, and they take a three-point lead. Just seconds left. There's a quick shot by Munson. It is no good. Did you like that third?
Incredible. Incredible, Pete.
Let's head to the fourth with Skyline up 51-48 over the visiting Rats right here on CTN Sports.
What is CTN?
CTN? Isn't that the Commerce Telemarketing neighborhood or something?
CTN is Ann Arbor's community television network. We have provided free television production workshops and services to residents and nonprofit organizations since 1973. We also provide free programming about our community on cable channel 16, 17, 18, and 19. So, if you have an event coming up, are part of a nonprofit, or you simply just want to get creative, come on by. For more information, visit us at www.a2gov.org/CTN.
And you're watching FYI. Beta Murray played college ball for the University of Michigan and even had offers from the NFL.
The Humane Society of Huron Valley will care for over 10,000 animals this year alone.
This grant is going to go a long way in helping to further the mission of sustainable communities.
And you're watching FYI.
And we're back on CTN Sports. Looking forward to an exciting fourth quarter. The first three have been stunning.
That's a great word for it, Pete. I got nothing better on that. Just great back and forth basketball. I'm buckled in for this fourth quarter. I hope to see more of the same.
Can't ask for more exciting basketball between these two teams. There's Ammerman with the pull-up jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Picked off by Root. Down the floor come the Rats. Rowley in the lane, off the glass, no good. His tip-up is back, puts back is good. Oh, Knox nearly over and back. Get it across the timeline to Wade, over in the corner to Ammerman for three, and it's good! Another three-pointer from the Eagles.
And thus far, these first three quarters, Ammerman has been pretty silent, but you don't want that young man heating up if you're the River Rats.
So the River Rats will settle it down 4. And they will try and work their offense. Now Munson with it, drives the lane, puts a shot up that's knocked away by Black, but he's going to be called for the foul.
You see Munson take it in there, but once again, Daniel Black leaving his feet, kind of that stretch over play. Unless it's blatantly obvious that you get all ball, you're going to get that called on you more often than not.
Munson with 2 shots, misses the first.
Jeff Knight checks in for Black.
Next one on the way for Munson is good. Ammerman brings it across the timeline. Root defending. Ammerman will drive it. Off the rim, no good. Touched by Ammerman, and he had his foot on the end line.
Nice attempt on the second effort by the young man there, but yeah, coming from out of bounds.
A little bit of a zone here from the Eagles. And Smith will drive it and score it. And that cuts the Eagle lead to 1.
Huron seems to be pulling back into less of a traditional zone press, more of just a full court man.
Skyline will run a little bit of a weave here. Wade tries to get it down low to the hoop. Now back out to Ammerman. He will stop and shoot the jumper. No good. Gathered in by Root. He will bring it back down the floor. Now back to Munson. Munson will drive it and score it. And with that, Huron will retake the lead. Another lead change in this game. There was a point in time there in the second quarter, Nick, that Huron was up about 7 points. Looked like they might take control of the game. But the great shooting by Skyline in the third quarter has really brought them back into this contest.
And when you've got good shooters that are exceptional from beyond the arc, you're always going to be in a game.
Knox's jumper is off the mark. Smith will bring it down the floor. He'll drive it, shoot it, off the rim and in.
Great play by Smith there. He even got a little contact, still went strong and finished that one off.
Oh, let's see if the Eagles can respond. Now DeWolf will drive it. Little shot in and out, no good. And River Rats back down the floor. Now Rowley with the dunk. Lawrence Rowley with the flush. And with that, Skyline will call a timeout. Huron extends their lead to 5 with 4:20 to play.
Just outstanding ball movement there by the River Rats. Getting Rowley open and then just finishes it strong right in front of his student section, and they love it. And again, just like that, River Rats with a 5-point lead, Pete. You know, we've got 4:20 left in this fourth quarter, and really you got to think that there's going to be two factors that it's going to come down to. One, the River Rats are a more mature, more veteran team. They're battle-tested. They've been in situations like this before where a younger Skyline team, these type of games might still be new. They've got less experience as far as that goes. Also, it's going to really come down to conditioning. You know, who worked harder in the offseason, who won practices before tonight. A lot of coaches will tell you, you don't win on Friday night, you win every day of the week prior to it.
And learn about all things Ann Arbor on Comcast Channel 19 on FYI, weekdays at 10, 6, and 10. Check out archived episodes of Ann Arbor's weekly news magazine at a2gov.org/watchctn.
FYI, hosted by the lovely Dana Denha.
Award-winning.
Yes. My claim to fame is I used to work with her.
So you would know.
Mm-hmm.
Now Airman into the lane, little flip shot is good. Kind of like a gunfighter. That one came from the hip.
Most definitely.
Oh, long shot by Smith, off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Ammerman. He'll get it to Black down the floor. Now over to Wolf for 3, and it's good. And it's tied at 59.
I couldn't tell you the last time that kid missed. It just seems like everything he throws up is just money.
Skyline down 5, just like that. 2 buckets, and it's tied. Oh, Rats will swing it around the perimeter. They'll get it into Anderson. He will stop and pop and miss it, get his own rebound, flip it up, no good. Now Root will pick it up. Gets it over to Munson. Now Smith will look to drive. He loses the handle. It's off from Smith and out of bounds. No call, Skyline basketball.
Smith went to the lane on that one. It just seemed like some Eagle got their paw on that one, knocked her away. There it is.
Tied at 59, 3 minutes to play. Who's going to win this last 3 minutes, Nick?
Hard to say, Pete. You got to like the home team with the home crowd. But again, the battle-tested River Rats, really like what you see from them.
Oh, into Rogers. Rogers with the shot. It's knocked away by Munson. Here come the Rats down the floor. Smith with the shot. Off the glass and good. Offensive foul is called on Smith. Are they going to count the basket? So they're going to count that basket. Foul on Daniel Black. I saw the ref point the other way towards Skyline. Looked like he was calling an offensive foul.
And I think they were giving the continuation on that one. Yeah, we need to see that one again, that's for sure.
Oh, Black just moving a little bit too much to get the charge on Smith.
Definitely looked like Black kind of angled his shoulder a little bit there at the end to kind of get that foul. But he sure seemed like he had his feet planted. Little discussion about the clock. Now we've got that straight. River Rats taking the 2-point lead now with 2:32 to go in this fourth quarter.
Smith looking to extend that to 3 with the free throw. Off the front of the rim, no good. Smith follows his own. Putback is no good. Rebounded by Rogers. He'll hand it off to Ammerman. Oh, 2-point lead for Huron. 2:15 to play here on the fourth. Now Wade will set the offense. Momentarily called for the screen from Rogers. Now it looks like we're going to have a foul call on Munson, as Ammerman was moving without the ball, and that is the call.
Yeah, Skyline was definitely taking advantage of that motion, man-beating offense, and now Ammerman and the Eagles will be in the 1-and-1. They're in the bonus here for the here on out.
Free throw is no good. Rebounder by Rowley. And head coach Walid Samaha calls timeout. That's a full timeout.
Definitely want to get your players' legs strong and rested and get that full timeout here with 1:52 going down the rest of the stretch. Pete, a minute ago you asked me who's going to win. Man, this is anybody's game. I mean, anybody could win by a point. Somebody could pull ahead and take a 5-point lead, by the way. Both these teams are shooting by the pace that the River Rats are playing. This game is billed the game of the week, and it's absolutely living up to that hype.
Well, let me tell you, Nick, just a 2-point advantage for Huron, and you get the feeling that this game is going to come down to a final shot at the buzzer. If it goes in, somebody's going to win. If it doesn't, somebody else will win.
And it might also depend on who gets that shot. I mean, the way that the Eagles are shooting the lights out tonight, if they get the opportunity to shoot last, you really like their chances.
This has been a back-and-forth contest the entire way. I know I've enjoyed watching this game. Oh, Huron will inbound to get it to Root. A little bit of a trap there by Skyline. Eagles trying to play up on the Rats. Oh, knocked away by Rogers. He can't save it.
Rogers got some quick hands. He's been doing that all night. Just little pokes here and there, getting that ball knocked away, hoping to get some of his teammates an opportunity to snag that and run with it.
Anderson will inbound it. He gets it to Root. Trying to get trapped in the backcourt. Gets it to Munson. Now to Anderson, down the lane to Rowley, and another flush from Lawrence Rowley. Now Skyline, they need to respond here. Approaching the 1 minute left in the game mark. Wade with it. Looked like we've got a reach-in foul on Munson. And that's going to send Wade to the free throw line.
And you see that last bucket by the River Rats, really made by Anderson there, draws in the defenders, and Rowley finishes it strong. Dunking that 2 hands through a crowd. Outstanding.
It's really a copycat of the dunk from Rowley before.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, Wade hits the first. A couple of crucial free throws here for Skyline. 1:07 to go. And Wade hits the second.
A lot of pressure on that young man there, and he was embracing it.
Full court press by the Eagles. Munson will break it. Down the floor. Smith has it in the corner. Now Huron content to work it around. 50 seconds to go. And Skyline will foul.
Yeah, if you've got a 2-point lead, clearly you're in no rush to go to the rack or try to score. But that said, that's really what's been working for the Rats so far tonight. Slowing down really hasn't been doing it for them. So going away from what's been working for you, not so sure.
DeWolf was called for the foul after Munson passed the ball to Root.
That'll be the senior Munson's chance to try to get some free throws.
He misses the front end of the 1-and-1. 45 seconds to go. Skyline down 2 with the ball. Oh, Wade has it. Looking to drive the lane. Shot off the glass is no good. Picked off by Rowley. And Skyline's going to be forced to foul. Rowley. Looked like Ammerman tried to foul him, didn't get close enough to him, and a timeout is called by Coach Samaha.
That River Rat bench was begging for that timeout as soon as he got across the half-court line. Just screaming for it. No doubt in the referee's mind what was going on in that one.
Just 23 ticks left on the clock.
Skyline dance team has a little grunge throwback going on tonight.
We're going back to the 90s.
Love it. Love it.
So we got the calm before the storm here, Nick?
I think that's what it is. It did just get awfully quiet in here, and I don't know if it's tension from the home crowd being down by a bucket. I don't know if it's just surprise or just don't know what to make of it.
Or maybe everybody needs to take a little bit of a breather after all the action throughout this entire game. Because these last 23 seconds is not going to be dull.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
Well, Smith will inbound it. He gets it to Rowley. It's off of Rowley's hands and out of bounds. Skyline basketball.
Seemed like Rowley put that one on the floor, put it right off his toe, kicked it out. And here might be what we were talking about, Pete. 22 seconds left. Eagles will have the ball. Kind of hard to understand what they're going to do. You don't know if they're going to go for it, attack right away. They're going to try to hold for the last shot. Again, they've got every single person out on that floor can shoot the ball.
I've got a feeling they're going to try and get it across the timeline and call timeout.
That's a good call.
Coach Lovelace is holding the board in his hands like he wants them to get over there so he can call a play.
Can't wait to draw a play up.
Oh, ball is inbounded to Ammerman. Ammerman will work it up the floor. 14 seconds, 13. Now 10. Wade's got it to Ammerman in the corner for 3. It's on the way, off the rim, no good. Just 4 seconds, and a foul called with 2 seconds to go. Ammerman was wide open on that three-pointer, and he'd been hitting them all in the second half and just missed it.
You couldn't have drawn it up any better. Again, they didn't need to call the timeout to get that play off. It was just a set play that just worked out. Ammerman had that open look from the arc there. He took that little bounce off to the side, just off by inches probably.
Well, Jack Smith can ice it here with a pair of free throws. But if he misses one, hold on to your hat.
Absolutely.
Kind of a timeout called by Skyline.
Speaking of icing it, I'm sure that Coach Lovelace is going to go talk to his guys, but also it's going to give the Riverettes a chance to think about it a little bit more before that ball goes up.
Oh, the Huron student crowd doing the na-na-na, hey, goodbye to the Skyline student crowd, but I wouldn't call that just yet.
Still a lot of time. I mean, 2 ticks is an awful lot. A lot can happen here in these last 2 seconds. Sure, young Jack Ammerman wishes he had that one back. But again, he's still just a sophomore. He's going to have lots more opportunities.
And Smith has had trouble hitting his free throws. It's on the way. And that one is good. Smith's next effort on the way, and that one is through. Oh, Huron will call a 20-second timeout. Why, I'm not exactly sure.
I think the main thing is stay away. Don't draw any contact. Let them do whatever they need to do. The last thing you want to do is foul in this situation and give any other crazy opportunities to happen.
I think you're spot on there, Nick. Good call.
Now you got the burden of Coach Lovelace trying to talk to his guys and try to tell them how to elongate that 2 seconds.
Oh, ball is inbound at Ammerman. He takes a half-court shot that is for naught, and that's going to do it. Huron's going to come away with the 4-point victory, 65-61. We're going to take a quick break and be back right here on CTN Sports.
Coach Waleed Samaha here after the game. First off, Coach, wow to that game, but tell me about, what this game means to your players.
It's a rivalry game against a great team. Lovelace does a great job, and the kids play hard. They hit some big shots tonight. We knew they would. We just had to sustain, our intensity on the defensive end. Give them a little bit, we gave them a little too much space in our press, but we made the plays at the end when we switched back to our man.
I mean, there was so much to be said for weathering that storm because it seemed like they couldn't miss. I mean, you knew they had shooters going in. What were you telling your guys in those huddles and how to stay intense in that way?
Well, to be honest with you, I felt like we left some points out there on the offensive end. We had a lot of untimely turnovers and kind of out of character for us, but we grinded on the defensive end. We made just enough plays to stop them. We got 2 key rebounds right at the end, and we were able to close it out at the free throw line.
You've talked to me so much about being in great condition and strength and conditionings, and you win games not necessarily on Friday nights, but all during the week. Tell me how that worked out for you.
Thank you. We, we take pride in our conditioning and our strength training, and we know at the end of games, that's going to be the difference. Who gets that rebound, who gets that loose ball. And so we kind of train ourselves to focus on those moments, and when those moments come, you got to be ready to go.
Coach Samaha, thank you so much. Congratulations. Pete, great game, a lot of fun. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Nick. That was indeed an exciting game. I'd like to thank all the people that make this production possible. Our director, Rob Cross, audio and replay by Justin Wright, graphics by Dana Denha, and our camera people, Jill Andrews, Jake Amberg, and Ben Mikulski. Once again, for Nick Wisniewski, this is Pete Poyer. The final from the Eagles' Nest, Huron 65 and Skyline 61.